Hello, it's Leslie Fightmaster, and we have a little 10-minute stretch class today. So we're going to start sitting, but cross the other shin in front, the left one for probably most of us. But if you're left-handed, maybe it's your right, the one you don't normally cross. If you have a blanket handy, sit up on the edge of it. If you have two blocks, get those handy as well, and a strap if you have it. Close your eyes, start to lengthen the breath. And then bring the hands in front of the heart and set your intention. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, we're just going to fold forward, stretching out the hips a little. So this is a little stretch class you can do anytime. First thing in the morning would be wonderful. You could also do this after a workout, before bed, anytime. Head up, inhale, walk yourself back, and then switch the cross. So now the right shin is in front for most of us. Then inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, keep the spine long. Walk forward any amount, maybe not at all. You don't have to walk forward at all. If sitting up nice and tall already gives you a stretch in the hips, then you stay. And if it is hard to sit up nice and tall, I do recommend sitting on the edge of a blanket. Let's come on up. And move that blanket out of the way if it's there. And come onto your hands and knees, wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Inhale, bring the chest forward, lift the chin and tailbone up, little cat-cow. Exhale, round the back, press away from the floor. And again, inhale, bring your chest forward, lift the chin, drop the shoulder blades toward the waist. Exhale, pull the ribs and belly in as you round your back. Inhale, heart comes forward through the gates of the arms. And exhale, round the back, chin toward chest, tucking the tail. Inhale, come to neutral. Then reach your right arm out to the right. As you exhale, slide it under the left arm. Come up onto the left fingertips. Pull the left hip back. And then take your left hand to the lower back, or maybe you'll hook it onto your right hip. So the hips want to come out of alignment here. That's why we got to draw the left hip back a little. Now roll your top shoulder open so you can widen across your collarbones a little bit more. And then come on back up to table. Take the left arm, sweep it out to the left, stretch it out. Exhale, bring it underneath the right arm. Come onto the left shoulder. Pull the right hip back. Then take the right hand to the low back, or maybe you can reach around and hook it onto the left thigh. Then rolling the right shoulder back. So we're trying to get our shoulder blades to move a little closer to one another, and then to press forward toward the chest. At the same time, we're getting some nice shoulder stretching. Let's unwind. And back to table. Step your right foot up by your right hand. Pat up your left knee if it needs any padding. If you have blocks, you can put hands on blocks like I have. Pull your right hip back. And just sinking into your low lunge. Tuck the back toes under, or not. It's up to you. Pull the ribs and belly in. Keep the spine long, so we don't want to round the back here. Which might mean you need the blocks up high. And if you don't have blocks, maybe you can get creative. Use some books or, I don't know, soup cans. Then straighten the right leg. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Keep pulling the right hip back. This is Ardha Hanumanasana, or half split. So breathing here. And again, keep your spine long as you can instead of rounding the back. So I could be up a little bit higher, I think, because my back looks a little rounded today. And then rebend into the right knee. Bring the block on the inside. We're going to come into lizard pose. A little stretch of the hips. So you can stay with that, or take your forearms down to the block, or you can keep your hands on the floor or forearms on the floor, depending how deeply you want to go. Back knees down. And the right hip's drawing back. If your right knee's going out to the right side, turn your toes so that your knee and middle toes are lined up. Steady breathing. Come on up. And then we'll come back to table. And then we'll step the left foot up by the left hand for our lunge. Now pat up the right knee if it needs any padding. And I'm just going to hang out here for a few breaths. So make sure your inhales and exhales are equal in length. So always check in with the breath. We breathe in and out through the nose unless it's not possible. Sometimes we get congested, I know. But otherwise, breathing in and out through the nose, little constriction in the back of the throat, Ujjayi pranayama. It means victorious breath, and it helps to warm us from the inside. And now straighten the left leg, and then fold over it on your exhale. And the left hip's drawing back gently. And your left toes will pull back as well. That'll help to stretch the hamstrings on that left leg. Remember, steady breathing. Come on up, rebend the knee, and then take your hands on the inside of your left foot. So you can take hands on the block. You can take hands to the floor. You can take forearms on the block or forearms on the floor. Back knee is down for this variation. And again, if your left knee is drifting out to the left, then point your toes in that same direction. And breathe here. Notice if you're holding any tension anywhere, maybe in the shoulders and maybe in the jaw, maybe in that hip. If you find any, let it go. Relaxing, relaxing. Come on up. And now I'm going to move the blocks off to the side and make our way onto the belly. Arms out to a T, another shoulder stretch. So arms are out to the sides. You're going to roll to your right side. So your right arm's still out to the right. Bend the right knee, put the right foot onto the floor. Take your left hand behind your back. Maybe you can find your right hand. Doesn't matter if you don't. And keep that left leg straight, or you can bend it as well. It's a pretty intense stretch if you have both feet on the floor with the knees bent. So just be mindful, be careful. You never ever have to go any deeper than your body would like you to. So this is widening the collarbones, also stretching the shoulders, and the shoulder blades are again moving toward each other and forward toward the chest. And then straighten out your legs, roll onto your belly. Arms out to a T again, wrists and shoulders are in line, and then we'll roll over to the left side. Pick up the right foot, bend the knee, put it on the floor. Put your right hand behind your back. See if you can find the left hand, and then you can slide it down to clasp. And then bend the left knee, or not. So let that shoulder, that top shoulder roll open, roll it back. As always, let every exhale remind you to just relax a little bit. Straightening out the left leg and then the right. Come back onto your belly. And then press yourself onto your knees. Grab a blanket or a towel if you're on wood floor. If you're on carpet, you won't need it. Take your right knee onto the blanket or onto the towel, and you're going to let your right knee go out to the right. This is called Mandukasana. This is frog pose. So you want to make sure the hips are right above the knees. So you can take your forearms on a block. You can take your forearms onto the floor. Put a block under your belly for extra support if you like. But it's important to keep the hips and knees in line in this one. So it's a pretty deep hip opener. And the inner thighs get quite a stretch too, so you got to watch your groins. Make sure you don't go too deeply. I'm going to stay for just a few more breaths. If you can go any deeper, please do. Otherwise, stay where you are. Now to come out of this, lift your head and then slide your whole body forward so then you can straighten the legs. It's almost like you're just swimming yourself forward. Then take the blanket or the block and or towel, whatever you're using, to the other side. Left knee on the blanket and extend that left knee out slowly. So move very slowly, very mindfully. And the hips have a tendency to go in front of the knees. So try and draw the hips back, maybe just slightly so that they're above the knees. And then support yourself. If you've got pillows or anything that you want to put underneath you or blocks, whatever you have, support yourself. Because once you're supported in the posture, then maybe you can relax and sink into it a little bit deeper. Check in with your breath. Make sure it's nice and steady. Stay a few more breaths. Go deeper if you like. And then to come out of this, you'll slide your whole body forward and take the legs together. And then come onto your mat. And we're just going to sit and come onto our backs. If you have a block, we're going to do supported bridge. If you don't have a block, you can always do regular bridge. Make sure that block's right at the base of the spine. And the heels and knees are lined up. Keep the chin away from your chest. If you're in supported bridge, let yourself relax here. And there's an option, if you've got that block, to extend the legs forward. That'll make it more intense. If you straighten the legs, rebend them, lift off your block and come on down. We'll draw the knees into the chest and gently rock side to side. Make little circles on your back. Keep the right knee hugging in, extend the left leg out. Then take your right knee across for a twist. Look over your right shoulder. Twisting has so many benefits. Let's come back to center. Lots for the spine, lots of benefits. Draw the left knee into the chest. Keep the right leg straight if you can. Take the left knee over to the right and look over the left side. Draw yourself back to center, and we'll come into Shavasana. So brief Shavasana today. So allow your tailbone to lengthen toward the heels, shoulder blades toward the waist. Close your eyes and sink into rest. Start to move the hands and feet, arms and legs. Our quote from Antonin de Saint-Exupéry, roll to your right. He said, "It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." Make your way up to seated. Hands to forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart for clear and loving intentions. And the hands to the mouth for clear and loving communications, sending out some nice positive energy to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your stretch, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe and push like and share with all of your friends, because all of your friends need yoga too. And go to fightmasteryoga.com and join us for our daily class. Bye-bye.